It has been over 72 hours since the National Service Authority took my contact that they were going to help me resolve the advanced loan issue that I've been making videos about. But it has been over 72 hours now and I've not heard from them. When they sent me a DM, they said that I am making videos for my own personal interest, and that is the main reason why I have restricted their comment in my comment section, which was not the case. They also went on ahead to say that if I don't respond to them, I am going to hear from their lawyers, which is a very big threat, but it's totally fine. They took my contact and they have practically ghosted me, just like the way the regional office does when we go there with our issues. Now, there has been some deductions on our national service allowances, and I didn't understand. So I decided to run some small investigation to find out whether these amounts of money that have been deducted from our allowances without our consent are legal, or they are deliberately orchestrated move to steal money from the national service personnel. And guess what? I came across this particular document. It is called the Technical and Forensic Audit Report of the National Service Authority. It was released on 1st October 2025, which was last year, and it was commissioned by the President of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. So I asked, if this audit report was released in 2025, how come deductions are affecting NSPs in 2026, despite the fact that they have created a new payroll system to get rid of ghost names and other irregularities like these deductions that we are currently facing? And it turns out that when they created the new payroll system, they created it purposely to get rid of ghost names and other payroll inflations, right? But they also created a new system in the new payroll system that allows them to deduct monies from the national service personnel's allowance if it is legally approved. Now, we'll be talking about that legally approved in a short moment. So don't go anywhere. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, repost and share this video to anybody that you know, so that this video goes far and reaches the right authorities that they have to reach. And because they want to find their way around legal battles in case anything stops, they created a backdoor system on the National Service Portal. When you head on to the National Service Portal, you tap on these three dots, you tap on subscription, you tap on active subscription. You're going to see these subscriptions here. When you click cancel, you're going to get this 404 error that pops up. So in case anything stops, the best thing that you can do is just activate that cancel button, so national service personnel can opt out of these services willingly anytime they want. But for now, that subscription cancel button is not working. So for now, what they have done is, if you head on to your national service portal and then you tap on my subscriptions, you are going to see the vendors here. They have just created these things here, that NASPA Capacity Building Program Marketplace, NASPA Clothes 100 cedis, and Greco Insurance 5 Ghana cedis. All these deductions that have gone on here are illegitimate deductions that are not supposed to be carried out by the National Service Authority. So while in the process of making this video, I came across two publications, one from the National Service Authority and one from NASPA. And the publication were trying to justify the deductions that was happening on the National Service Portal. With regards to the National Service publication, it said that we are, by this communique, informing all National Service personnel to expect a deduction of 100 cedis in the payment of the February allowance that is expected to be made soon. This amount is to settle the cost of national service clothes as distributed to national service personnel nationwide. All right. And then it also went on ahead to say that also national service personnel who have signed up for the SIC insurance are expected to be deducted 4-month arrears of unpaid contribution in fulfillment of their contractual duties. This particular post here was made back then in 2025, but it has still affected service personnel in 2026. Hold on, I'm coming. Let's break things down bit by bit. And now when you go on Pulse TV, what the NASPA people posted, they said that the 60 cedis deductions towards the above mentioned program is an initiative of the National Service Personnel Association and not an initiative of the National Service Authority, the statement said. All right, so they actually made publications to justify the main reason why they deducted monies from national service personnel without the national service personnel's consent. These two publications that has gone in here directly contradict the unsupported payment to the National Service Personnel Association, NASPA, and also contradict to unsupported payment to the NSP vendors marketplace, which the Attorney General released last year. And then when you check the audit report, we also have irregular deductions of 28 million Ghana cedis not accounted for. According to the post that was posted by National Service on City News last year, they informed service personnel that they are going to deduct 100 cedis, and also National Service personnel who have signed up for SIC insurance are expected to be deducted 4 months arrears of unpaid contribution in fulfillment of their contractual duty. Most of the service personnel that are doing their service in 2026 cannot account for when they signed a contract with SIC insurance. As a matter of fact, most service personnel can beat on their chest and say that they have not signed any contract with SIC insurance, yet deductions have been made on the National Service Portal accounting for insurance that they have not signed up for. Most of the deductions that has gone on the National Service payroll platform is unacceptable, and they have to be accounted for or refunded to the National Service personnel. But somebody in the National Service Authority has intentionally framed these deductions with these names just to make it seem legitimate, so that they can use that opportunity to deduct monies from the National Service personnel. So right now that the heat is building up to them, when they get to see that this thing has started gaining attention and the National Service personnel have started talking, what they are going to do is they are going to say that all this thing was system override, or they are just going to come out with some excuses, and they will tell you that if you go to your portal and then you click on subscriptions, we have the cancel buttons there that you can use to cancel all the subscriptions. But I'm here to tell you that at this moment that I'm recording this video, those cancel buttons that you see on the portal do not work. One thing that makes all these deductions illegal is the technical and forensic audit report of the National Service Authority. When you head on to the report, it is stated in the table of contents that unsupported payment to National Service Personnel Association, which is NASPA, and between 2018 to 2024, they wasted about 9 million Ghana cedis paying unsupported amount of money to NASPA. And then when you move on to the second one, which is the page 37, it says unsupported payment to the NASPA vendors marketplace, and they've spent over 300 million Ghana cedis on this. So all these payments and all these deductions that you see on the National Service Portal that they are saying NASPA clothes, NASPA training program, and all those NASPA brouhahas, they are not legitimate. They are fake. Or unless the National Service Authority has a better explanation for why this amount of money are deducted from the National Service personnel's account, even when it is publicly stated that all those payments are unsupported payments. On the technical and forensic audit report that was released by the Attorney General in 2025, unless the National Service come out to prove it, all these deductions that have gone on our portal are illegitimate. They are illegal. Also went on ahead to ask that if it is stated anywhere that the National Service Authority can deduct monies from National Service Personnel's allowance without their consent. And guess what? There are three things that proves that the National Service Authority cannot deduct money from the National Service Personnel's allowance without the National Service consent. The first one is the technical and the forensic audit report of the National Service Authority. That document clearly states that deductions of National Service Personnel's allowance to companies like NASPA, marketplace vendors are unsupported payment. So that alone proves that the deductions that are being done on the National Service Portal is illegal. The second one is on Section 70 of the Ghana Labour Act at 651. It states that an employer cannot make deductions from a worker's remuneration except for deductions permitted by law or deduction explicitly agreed between the employer and the worker. In this case, those deductions that has happened on our National Service Portal, it is neither legitimate because there is no document or any publication that states that those deductions are legitimate. And to the public communicate that NASPA executive have put online because of the backlash that has started coming, communicate is not consent. When you go ahead to make decisions without involving the person that the decision is about, finalize the decision, take action, and then when the backlash start coming, you come out to justify your decision. It does not make your decision legitimate. Let's assume that most of the NASPA executives that are working in that institution, if their employer go on ahead to make decisions to deduct some amount of money from their salaries without informing them, and then after the deductions and then they see the backlash, they now come on ahead to explain why they deduct the salary and tell the executive that, oh, it's for your own good. Are you going to accept? It is not lawful. It is not written anywhere. And there is no justification that proves that what you did was right. As a matter of fact, there are reports that proves otherwise. So if the NASPA executive go on ahead to make decisions without involving the consent of National Service personnel, and then after making that decision, you come out to give a communique on why you make that decision, it does not justify your actions to be right. If you are organizing a skill training program for National Service personnel across the nation, the best thing you can do is to let the people who are interested in that skill training program pay for the skill training program. You don't generalize the skill training program and then deduct monies from all National Service personnel, despite the fact that less than 10% of the service personnel show up for the skill training program. Meanwhile, you have deducted monies from all National Service personnel across the country. Given the fact that the National Service personnel did not consent to those deductions, you just made decisions and took action without taking consent from the service personnel that you have deducted the money. It does not justify action to be right. There was no survey, neither was there any option given to any National Service personnel to consent to whether those deductions should happen on their payroll. But guess what? They have deducted. And the third point is the Ghana National Service Scheme at 426 establishes that the personnel are engaged under specific terms and conditions and remunerations. So that letter that they gave us, they already told us the amount of money that they are going to pay us, and they said those amounts of money are non-taxable amount of money that the National Service Authority is going to pay us. So even if there was going to be any deductions like this ones that has happened on the National Service Portal, there should have been an option for the National Service personnel to consent to those deductions before they happen. And because there was no consent before those deductions happened, it makes the deductions illegitimate, fake, and it classifies the deduction. I am kindly passing this message to the Director General of the National Service Authority. If she is not aware of these deductions that are going on the National Service Portal, she should really look into it and should make sure that those deductions are refunded back to the National Service personnel's payroll account. Else, it is likely safe to assume that she is practically aware of the deductions that is going on and she 100% consent to the illegal deductions that are going on the national service payroll system. And I believe she does not consent, and she's going to make sure that she directs the right authority to the right places to make sure that all those monies that have been deducted from the national service personnel's account will be refunded, or a better explanations that justifies those deductions are given out to the public, or a better procedure on how deductions are made on the national service portal where the national service personnel have to consent to deductions before they carry out are being presented to the public. Thank you very much. Make sure you like the video, share, spam the comments so that the video reaches anybody, any authority that the video has to reach, and then we get the result we want. Because if you don't like the video and then you don't share, this video will be irrelevant. It wouldn't go anywhere. So hit the like button, share, comment, anything that you think in your mind, write down in the comment section, post it on Twitter, post it on YouTube, post it on Facebook, post it anywhere so that the video will go viral. This is GH Online Radio. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe. Until we meet again, peace.